So I've been laying here planning out my day. I got my eye cover. That's one of my helps for sleeping. I use earplugs. This is my teeth whitening thing that I was gonna use. Oops. I need to show that. On my wallet right here. Anyway, I gotta take my thyroid medicine. Anyway, yeah, I have a good plan for the day. I'm gonna finish my home care aid training, and I already took my dogs out. My hair is wackadoo from sleeping on it, so we'll hand fluff it. And I'm gonna fix myself. Oh, I have some beautiful a chuck roll, a whole entire one, which if you look back on my channel, I have videos of cutting those up. So I just was on, I'm gonna share the link for his channel in the replay description here. I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna share Fergno Freedom's channel, his YouTube channel, because I really appreciate him coming from a Christian perspective. He talks a lot about he's a carnivore, but he talks a lot about from a Christian perspective. So I take NP thyroid. Oh, wait a minute. I need to figure this out about my thyroid, because I'm taking bioidentical hormones right now, but I'm wondering if my thyroid panel looks weird just because my red blood cells, I'm gonna talk to Coach Steven. I forget his last name, but anyway, he's great. He's from the UK, but he has an app that I just joined, and I pay just like a nominal fee of $3, and I get access to lots of stuff, and I can ask questions and stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna ask him, because he was talking about how your thyroid panel looks different on carnivore because your red blood cells live longer. That's also why your A1C looks different too. So our blood panel on carnivore, low carb, is going to look different because we're not on the standard American diet, and we're not the unhealthy population that those, you know, the numbers on your labs are going to be rated for basically unhealthy people. Anyway, I thought I'd be real as rain today, and just it's kind of a wake up with me. Nobody's in here yet. thought I saw one person, but sometimes people look like they pop in and pop back out. Anyway, well, there is one person in here. Yep. So anyway, I am going to work on my home care training again today and try to get it done. Now that's the main thing I want to talk about today, because it's weird. I mean, the training is weird. It's all encouraging the food pyramid. I've been thinking about quitting being a home care aide because I feel like I'm getting indoctrinated so badly. And I took the nurse delegation, which then you're going to be administering medications, which I know some medications are necessary. Like I take thyroid medication, and I also do the bioidentical hormones, which may or may not be indicated for me, just because my panel is probably, my labs are probably off because I'm carnivore, which I need to figure out. I really need to figure it out. I am still struggling with some energy issues, which I've been on carnivore a year, and I'm figuring out how to get into ketosis and into high therapeutic ketosis. This morning I'm in high therapeutic ketosis, which is a good thing, because that means that I'm running on ketones rather than on carbohydrates. And of course, I'm not running on carbohydrates because, or even from gluconeogenesis, because I've got ketones running through. If you don't know about gluconeogenesis, look back at some of my previous videos. Just a second. Anyway, so my dog is wanting out again, I guess. I need to get them their breakfast and mine. But I bought a $123, 28.2 pound or something. Maybe it's 25.2 pounds of beef. And I just froze it, and then I took it out of the freezer last night. I see there's one person in here. If you want to talk, you can. But I am talking on a topic. I'm talking about my home care certification that I'm training for, and how the curriculum is problematic because they push the food pyramid. I have a video on flipping the food pyramid on its head because it needs to be. I just listened to Coach Stephen from the UK. I'm trying to remember his last name, but if you look up Coach Stephen, I think it's with a PH, yeah. Anyway, S-T-E-P-H-E-N, like I spell my son's name. I gotta let my dog out. He is clicking on the floor. He's distracting. So anyway, it's been a dilemma to be in the healthcare space and be fed their propaganda. There's a lot of transgender gender stuff pushed, which I don't agree with because it's encouraging people to mutilate their body in order to change from one gender to another. And not speaking anything up against it, which I don't believe in it. I believe it's unhealthy, very unhealthy. Romans 1. If I'm going to say that I'm a Christian and I believe in the Bible, then I have to agree with Romans 1 that talks about how when people give up on believing in God and turn away from Him, they give their bodies over to doing things, men with men and women with women. It says it flat out, very, very clearly. It is not ambiguous. People claim that the Bible doesn't say anything against homosexuality, and they haven't read the same Bible I have. And it's not ambiguous at all. It's very clear. So anyway, I care about people. I love people. I have a brother that is homosexual. It's a choice. And he has AIDS. So you can't say that's not destructive. It's very sad. And I love him. And I'm the only sibling out of 5 of us that has a relationship with him. Not because of his homosexuality. Well, it does make a difference. It does affect his relationship with others in the family. My other brothers, I have 4 brothers. My brothers don't get along. They don't get along with me either, probably because of, it has something to do, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Because COVID, I shouldn't have said it, I'm on YouTube. Can't say the C word, can't say this, can't say that. I probably can't say HS either, which I just did. Or trans or whatever. I mean, they'll control all of our speech. My dog wants out. And I already let him out. I think I'll feed him instead. So anyway, because he was out already. So it's a crazy world we live in. And if you believe in God, if you believe in evil versus good, and not calling good evil and evil good, then you are anathema. You're the one that's evil. You're the one that's wrong. You're the one that needs to be re-educated. Some of us will not refuse to be re-educated. And that's a good thing, because we were not meant to be robots. So, hey, Georgia, how are you? You are new. That's good. Just some ground rules for the live. I have a topic, and I'd like to stay on it and not be derailed. So be respectful of that, and just be respectful, period. So any comments about my age, which a lot of people throw around, which is stupid. I don't know what that's about. I really don't. I mean, I get it. We all get older, but that's the thing. We all are getting older day by day, minute by minute. And anybody who... Anyway, I won't get into that. That's not what we're talking about. So I am a home care aide and trying to do things one-handed. I don't know why, because I have a tripod in my hand. Okay, let me see. Just opening my broth for my dogs. I've got some yummy, facing into the light here. That's not helpful. Let's move the cam. There we go. So I'm grabbing a utensil to put some lamb broth. I made lamb the other day. It was good, and I got some nice collagen-rich lamb broth. I just put some on my dog's food. I'll put a little bit of water along with it. I don't really like feeding my dogs kibble, but they're not adjusted to, it's funny, they should adjust to being carnivore, because they, you know, they're dogs. They should be able to eat carnivore, but it takes a long time to transition them over. So I was talking about my care aid training that is highly, highly indoctrinated to the food pyramid, high carb eating, blood sugar disaster, living on insulin, being concerned with, well, I was going to say bed sores, but that's not just diabetes, but it is diabetes. And so skin breakdown, amputations, blindness, and controlling it all. Their idea, their propaganda is controlling it all with insulin. Just take more insulin and you can eat whatever the crap you want, poison or whatever. And I'm sorry, but that's wrong. And to be a caregiver and care about people's health and want them to be able to stay home and in their house. I'm a home care aide, so I don't work, generally, I do not work in a nursing home. I have, but that's a disaster in and of itself unless it's a really good nursing home, which there are very few good nursing homes. Maybe assisted living, some are better, but it's very difficult. So I gave my dog his food. I'm gonna figure out, I was in very high level ketosis today. I have a blood sugar and ketosis ketone meter that is like testing your blood sugar with blood glucose and ketones with strips. So I don't have a continuous glucose monitor. I am not diabetic, but my blood sugar has been very sensitive through the years. So I have had to really eat the protein, and now with carnivore, knowing how important fat is, because you need, if you're not running on carbs, you have to run off of fat. So you need it for energy. And I am tweaking my diet so that I am in higher ketosis and that I'm running on fat and burning the fat because that's what ketones do. They put you in fat burning mode. Babies are born in ketosis. I don't know if people know that, but that's how we're born. It's how God meant us to be. Stepping outside for a minute. Hi, Poppers. My other dog. My little dog. There he goes. Around the corner. So, anyway, that's what my day is shaping up to be like, but I need to get highly motivated to do my training, because the training is very highly indoctrinated to the food pyramid and what they push governmentally, medically. It's not health care, it's sick care. It's not wanting you to get healthy, they're wanting you to stay on the medication. So I'm going to show you my big hunk of chuck roll, big hunk of meat, and I'm cutting it up. I do not cook all of this. The lady at the Costco, I mean, it's a logical question. She said, how do you cook all that at once? How long does that take? I mean, I could put it on a spit outside and cook it like you would a chunk of cow or whatever, because it is. But no, I cut it up into roasts and mostly steaks. And there's several different kind of steaks. There's the chuck eye. I finally figured out how to find that. I was just kind of randomly cutting it in slices into steaks. But now I know how to find the chuck eye and cut those separately. Cutting the muscle and cutting apart the connective, parts of the meat, and I have videos on that. I don't know if I have one specifically showing where I cut the chuck eye out. I don't know if I have a good one on that. And then there's steaks called Sierra. So anyway, and they're just a different steak, but they call chuck steak poor man's ribeye. And I only paid $4.50. I've gotten it for as low as $4.39, or I think that's the lowest I've gotten it. But if you go to Costco and you're willing to cut it yourself, then that's the deal. And so I put this in the freezer, and then I just took it out and let it sit to thaw enough to cut through. And I have some very nice butcher knives that I got. I think it's Bearded Butcher, and I know I'm holding a knife up. It looks like a weapon. But this is my breaking, I think they call this one a breaking knife. And then a good long butcher knife right here. And so I have those two knives. I think I need to use oh gosh, my other dog is going nuts. I'm gonna have to take him out, I guess. He just ate. Anyway, I guess he really wants out to go potty and to play. So, but I want to cut a steak off of my chuck roll in order that I might eat some beef for breakfast. Actually, I'm finding that eggs and sardines, I know that sounds different, but hey, are really good for getting me into high therapeutic ketosis. and my energy returns, and I start to really run on fat and be very fat adapted. Just grabbing my cutting board, my other cutting board. I set out 2 cutting boards and a bowl for this process. I got my nice wooden one, bamboo, or no, is this bamboo? I forget what kind of wood this is. Anyway, it's a nice cutting board. I'm gonna oil it with some, maybe I should schedule a YouTube video because nobody's coming in. It's okay, people can watch the replay. I thought this was an important topic, but I got my cutting board set up with the drain area, which is very helpful. This is a big hunk of meat, so I think, I've done this a lot. Cut it up for a long time. I've done this. I learned about it, was it 6 months ago or something? Or maybe a little bit more, and I just got brave and said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'll have to look at when. There's a channel called Steve and Steph, and they are a carnivore. And they found, I think that's how I found the chuck roll idea. Anyway, I found the chuck roll idea and I tested it out. Like, yeah, I can do this, because it only takes me, once I get set up, maybe takes me about a half an hour, 40 minutes to cut the steaks, vacuum seal the steaks, and put them back in my freezer. So it's really, oh, that's right, I have a big bowl. Oh, I don't need that big bowl. Let me see. Well, maybe I will use the big bowl. I know what I'll do. Just getting this organized because it's a project, but it's not bad. Like I say, it takes half an hour to 40 minutes, saving that much on steak and being able to eat steak. I like steak better than ground beef. I buy some ground beef, but I like steak better. Okay. And I'm going to, okay, I've got the smaller bowl for fat. And then I'll put my steaks, once they're cut, in here. So I'm gonna use the top of my portable freezer, that freezer fridge that goes in my, it goes in my car, but it also can plug in the, I might actually plug it in and start using it because I have housemates and it'll give us more room in our freezer and we won't have to fight over space. So anyway, just put, my dog stopped whining, so I'm gonna unload my dishwasher. Anyway, so that's the project I'm working on, the meat, and then I'm gonna do school. And I will admit, I have been tired. I think I need to figure this hormone thing out because I think my hormones, my thyroid is maybe not as bad as I think because those red blood cells live longer. and I don't quite understand it. I have to listen to Coach Steven again, because he just explained in a really good way. But I think I need to be more awake to listen. The lid to my Instapot. I love my Instapot. I just put the lamb in there. It works really well and really fast. It took like 40, well, I put it in for 45 minutes. It was less time than that. It could have been done less time, but it was really good. It's fall apart good, and the collagen, the connective tissues were soft, so they were very gel, produced a lot of gel. Super good, the collagen, super good. I also do a collagen powder. But I just ran out, so getting ready to purchase some more. And then I get my sardines in these jars. I'll show you the jar that has sardines in it. And I just eat a little bit at a time, and it's cheaper to buy them this way. It's Polar brand, which I really like. They're smoked. And it took me a while to find a brand that I like. And since they are like using food as medicine basically, because they get me in ketosis, and I'm beginning to like them more and more. I'll have sardines and eggs. I'll heat them or not. Eat them cold or eat them warm. Almost done with my dishwasher. I have unloaded my dishwasher one-handed because I had a camera in one hand. So it's much better for me to do it. Oops, if you're chatting, I don't know what you're saying because I'm doing this job. Anyway, get everything put away here. I like taking my rubber scrapers, spatulas apart so they don't get moldy and icky. And I'll just stick this in the dish drain, let it dry better. Got some chopsticks. So anyway, starting out my day, and I slept pretty well. I did wake up at 6. And then I went back to sleep. So that was good. I worked really hard at not turning YouTube on and binging on stuff early in the morning, because that would wake me up, which is yesterday when I woke up. I had to go to the bathroom, and then I had to go again, and I had to go again. I hate that when that happens. But I've been sleeping through the night better, not having to get up and go to the bathroom. I have an earpiece in my ear because it helps with the mic. I guess nobody has said anything since Georgia said hey. And according to this, there's nobody in here. But sometimes it lies. Sometimes my internet is bad and it doesn't show. Anyway, if you are here and you want to chat, go ahead. I'm talking about my health. I'm also talking about home care, the home care home care caregiving space, and they challenge us of swimming upstream against healthcare. As Chucky, don't go up there. I need to feed him. My little dog and my big dog. Oh. This knife fit on here before. There we go. Got my serrated knife up there. It's nice to have a good set of knives. Especially as a carnivore. Chucky, get over here. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna feed you. Let's get you some food. I'm gonna run and get his bowl. That's to be mic'd because even when I walk away from the camera, I can talk. Even when I'm turned away from the camera, I'm gonna grab his food out of the bucket. Put my food in a bucket because lice came in the house because I had a bag of dog food and chewed right into the bag. I got rid of the mice out of the house with traps, and did I put the lamb broth away? Yes, I did. I'm gonna put some lamb broth on the top of his. I'm gonna pour a little bit of this oil from the sardines on there too. Trying to give my dogs a combination of kibble and some meat-like things like the broth so that they can transition back into eating carnivore, because I had been on carnivore, but especially my little dog's digestion didn't do well. I mean, he liked it, but he's got a sensitive tummy because he's older. So some plates to unload. I'm gonna put this in for the dog just a second. So anyway, it's nice to be mic'd up. Oh, hello. Hello, Jero's Food. Interesting name, you'll have to explain. I'm doing well. I was talking about home care, being in the home care industry, and how challenging it is when you go low carb and you get educated, and you don't want people to be sick and tired just like you have been, and you want them to get healthy and well, and you don't want them to be in the sick care system. You want them to be getting well and healing, if at all possible, and through diet. People don't realize what a big part diet plays in health and wellness. It's crazy how they just say, oh, you don't have to change your diet, you can eat whatever you want. And then you go to the hospital, or they give you a bunch of carbs and sugar and stuff. Even if you're diabetic, they used to give you a special diet that wasn't great because it had fake artificial sugars, poisonous sweeteners in there. Anyway, it's crazy. I'm just unloading my dishwasher, kind of getting my day started with you all. It is almost 11, but I've been working on my energy level. I have to be able to fuel on fat, not carbs. So getting enough fat to do that. And sardines seem to be a super good option. Watch the replay if you don't understand why sardines are great. And what brand I do. This brand is really good. I just add a little bit each meal, not a lot, you know, just a few bites or whatever each meal. Some people do a sardine fast and they do it for days. I don't think that's necessary. For one thing, when you're low carb and carnivore, your body is in a fasted state even though you're eating, which is awesome because you've got autophagy going on, you've got which is your body, my other dog, anyway, you've got your body repairing itself, and digestion isn't as hard at all. When you take the carbs out, meat digests really easily. You take the fiber out and the carbs out. Sounds counterintuitive, but the fat makes you poop, honestly. And if you like coffee and you want to still drink it, you can. It's clear.
Cool, thank you.
I am doing a YouTube video. I can turn it off if you'd like.
Oh, no, you're totally fine.
Okay. Oh, and feel free to use my Instapot if you ever want. It's in the cupboard, in the round one, opposite of your deep fryer. Oops. This won't fit in here with the lid on. Just have to take the lid off. It's too high. There we go. It's not open. Anyway. So, that's what my life is like. I am not living with my kids. My kids are all grown. I have housemates because I have renters. Yeah, so. My husband passed away 4 years ago, so. Anyway, I was talking about how I am going through home care, recertification because I'm a caregiver, and I haven't worked because I have to I had to do a whole 75 hours instead of just 15 hours. Anyway, got the dishwasher cleared. Oh, I There we go. So. Baby's so cute. Put these away. I use glass containers instead of plastic. Thank you, Jairus. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's nice to have kind people in the chat. Because people get unkind in the chat and they have to get booted. Because as kind as I sound and as gentle, soft-spoken as I sound, I get tough when people get rude. But it is nice to have kind people come in the chat and, you know, that's essential to have kind people in the world. Because if you haven't noticed, everybody's noticed, the world has gone crazy. So I put the lids on my containers so I don't have trouble finding lids. And then I put one inside another a little bit to save room. I'm going to clean this cabinet out. Really messy countertop, which I need to deal with. I've got a brewer. You can't see it. It's not in shot. A brewer for kombucha. I used to ferment kombucha and different things, vegetables. But now I'm low carnivore. About adding a little bit of fermented something into my diet, but when I do, I have to be careful. Actually, what I'm thinking of is a carnivore option, which would be yogurt. I have a proof or a yogurt button. I think either that or I can use the proof button for bread on, and not do bread, just do yogurt. Anyway, I think that might be the right mode. Either that or see if it has a yogurt button. I know some of the Instapots have yogurt buttons. So, just putting away those last bit of things from the dishwasher. So if you want to hear about the dilemmas in the healthcare industry from my perspective, go ahead and listen to the replay, because it's crazy. It's crazy what they're teaching. It's not healthy what they're teaching. And they're keeping people in the system, in the medical system, on medication, on more medication, on more medication. And they're keeping them alive, but sick. And maybe alive, because I have a client who had the jab and she had a stroke a week later, and she's not been well ever since. And it's terrible. It's really terrible. And they canceled her long-term insurance, which really is frustrating, which means she can't have a caregiver right now till she gets her insurance reinstated. And so I haven't been working because I've been trying to get my certification redone. It's a 75-hour course instead of the 15 hours of, I almost said re-indoctrination, but that's what it is. Yearly, yearly education that you need to do in order to stay updated. So, anyway, I do drink a little bit of coffee, but I put an egg and butter, sometimes a little bit of cream, and I'll show you something. Some people say they can't do heavy cream because it makes them gain too much weight on carnivore, but I'm nearly to if I'm not at my goal weight, I'm nearly there. I could maybe lose a couple more pounds, but not much. I don't want to lose too much more than that. I'm 5'4", and I'm 130, and I know some people could be, this is heavy cream, and I put vanilla, which is a plant, but it's okay. I just put a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of salt. It's actually, I put, that's good. The vanilla really helps. Usually I put Element in it, but I ran out of the chocolate caramel Element, which is electrolyte. And then I have a plain electrolyte powder that I make homemade, and I'm about ready. I should make another batch today because I'm about at the end. And this is just a mixer for it to keep it mixed together. Because it has potassium, magnesium, and sodium, not table salt. And I need to do some research because the version of potassium that I have is maybe not the best, but it's the one that Element uses. And I'll show you. Let's see. Okay. Potassium chloride for electrolytes. Oops. Ooh. They've got there we go. But this is why I put the mixture in my Vitamix. I measure it out specifically so that it's the same portions as Element. Because I really like Element's proportions. I do not get cramps. I tried Dr. Berg's. I tried a couple of different Dr. Berg's. But I mixed them with the Element because to get rid of them. This is a lemon flavored one and it tastes good. But it doesn't help with cramps because it doesn't have the right, it has 1,000 milligrams of potassium, 40 milligrams of Himalayan salt, chloride from Himalayan salt, 60 milligrams, magnesium, 120 milligrams, iron a little bit, calcium 75 milligrams. And I'll tell you what element has. I like element just because when I do it right, I don't get cramps. Which the reason you get cramps as low carb is because carbohydrates hydrate you, and they also cause inflammation. But low carb carnivore gets rid of inflammation, optimally down to 0, but you can get inflammation from things sometimes. I had inflammation in my ankles the other day. I'm trying to remember why. It was a specific reason. Something I ate or something I did. I can't remember. Anyway, potassium 200 milligrams, magnesium 60 milligrams, and sodium 1,000 milligrams. So, potassium chloride. I think it's potassium that sodium chloride, magnesium malate, and potassium chloride is in the element. So this that I make mimics element, and this is the plain flavored. It's the plain flavored. It doesn't have, it just has the salt, magnesium, and yeah. So raw, unflavored, which it tastes like salt. So it's flavored, but not flavored, if you know what I mean. So these are the sports electrolytes, raspberry lemon flavor, and they taste disgusting. I did get my money back. I will mix these as I go, because I'm running out of the lemon ones. I will mix them with the plain element or my homemade. I make homemade just to supplement because element costs more money, because it's not bad when you think about it. You get 4 boxes for $117, but the 4 boxes last me 4 months, especially if I'm supplementing, because I do twice a day. I do electrolytes, and I need to in the morning, at night. So right now, I will mix up my electrolytes and show you what I do and get ready to make. I'm not going to make the electrolytes this live. I'm not going to cut up my meat this live either, because I need to let my big dog out again. But I will mix up. I have a pitcher that is structured water. Structured, and it filters out bad cooties out of the water. Our water is really good. It's from a well, a deep well. So this is the Dr. Berg stuff that I don't like the chemical makeup of, because it's not enough. When I tried it alone, I got bad leg cramps. Again, don't want leg cramps. Period. So, but they did do a good job and refund my money, so that was nice. So I do put the lemon in, electrolytes, just because it's a nice flavor, and when I've run out of the flavor, I like the grapefruit salt. The flavor is sweetened with stevia, but I don't seem to be bothered by sweet taste. It doesn't tempt me to eat carbohydrates. And the stevia, I don't believe it affects me. I do have something causing a little bit of bumpy skin on my arms, and it might just be sun, period. And so I do a full serving. I don't really have to do a full serving, but I do a full serving, which is a teaspoon and a half, or a teaspoon and 3/4. No, this is 3/4 of a teaspoon. That's what it is. Sorry. 3/4 of a teaspoon is the perfect amount because it's the amount that's in a packet of Element. And I know that that amount works for me. Usually I put, you can put more water than this, but I don't like to dilute it down too much because I found that if I dilute it down, then I still get cramps because it's too diluted. I need a bolus of salt. I need a bolus of electrolytes. So that's what I use, the Element. And I do like their chemical makeup. Natural, you know what I mean? Salt, sodium, magnesium. Oh wait. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna reorder the grapefruit salt because I really like it. And I'm gonna reorder the chocolate caramel salt because I like putting that in my coffee. So I need, for my salt project, for my electrolyte project, I need this magnesium. Okay, I've got the potassium, the magnesium, and I need the sodium, which I need to get more, but I'm gonna measure this out. I love this container. It's kind of pink purple in it. Usually I put the pink Himalayan salt. That's what it had in it. But I think I'm running out of pink Himalayan too. Anyway, oh, no, I still have a little bit. Anyway, I buy a container from Costco. So, but I have this other salt on the top here, and it's called Baja Gold, and it is from a very pristine part of the ocean in Mexico. Can't remember where. I'll have to look it up. You can look it up. Just look up Baja Gold and where they source their salt from. But it doesn't have microplastics. And it's super good salt. It's got more minerals and stuff in it than even the pink Himalayan. So you want to do a healthy salt because the unhealthy salt has microplastics, the table salt. And really, if you find good sources and cheaper sources, they also have Redmond's real salt. Jairus, sorry I didn't see this, but I am 61. I use the only supplements I use are iodine, and I ran out of iodine. I'm gonna order some more. And I explained that I use the electrolytes because you lose fluids. I explained it. So if you listen to the replay, you can hear that again, but I use it because you lose water if you're carnivore because your body loses all its fluid and inflammation, most of it, unless you're injured or some other extenuating circumstance makes you retain water. Anyway, but that's why I do the electrolytes. Because if you don't, you can get leg cramps that you have never even imagined. They go down into your feet and everything. It's crazy. Wake up in the morning and do a stretch, and then you're like, ah. And they don't go away right away either. But the only reason it is because you need to replace your electrolytes. And that's why animals do salt licks, you know? Like cows use salt licks and stuff. It's necessary. Especially in the heat. Yes. So this is heavy cream. And I know that sounds weird, but it's like a shake. And I put vanilla in it and a little bit of electrolytes to make it salty. It's heavy cream. But I need the fat because you need extra fat on carnivore. So, and I've been in very high therapeutic ketosis, which is good. I got into high therapeutic ketosis last night, and I'm still in it this morning. And I'm eating sardines, a little bit of sardines with every meal, which helps. I already told you. I'm 61. I don't know why people are so curious about my age, but that's fine. I don't care. Some people just wouldn't tell you. I don't care. Anyway, I should have asked how old you think I am. Just saying. Oh, these. Okay, wait. Swap these out of the... You're 61 too? Or you're just repeating my age? You're 61. That's cool. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Anyway. So. Oh, you're 48. Okay. Yes. So I think it's interesting. I had cancer here, and so they removed it, and it makes my face look creasy, like right here and stuff. But, excuse me. And then my lips get dry really easily, and that has to do with the cancer removal too. Because especially right here, I don't know why, but I have to keep make sure that I keep the lip balm on board. I'm gonna get some tallow lip balm. It's really good. One reason I don't like putting plant lip balms on my lips is because some lip balms I've been sensitive to, actually. Because once you eliminate so many poisonous foods from your diet, and even plant foods, because they have toxins, plant toxins, even if they don't have other toxins in them, even if they weren't glyphosated to death. Thank you, Jairus. You do too. I appreciate you. Seriously. Anyway, I wasn't in ketosis for a while, and I didn't know it because I didn't until a few months ago. I've been carnivore for a year as of August 20th. And I didn't know that I wasn't in ketosis because I didn't have a ketone meter. Now I do. And I have a blood sugar meter. So I measure my ketones and my blood sugar. So anyway, where are you from, Jairus? And the last part of your name on here is food. Is that your name, or is that there a reason? Like, are you a foodie or something? Anyway, just a question. I thought you were gonna say I talk so much, because I do, but it's okay. I have to educate people and they're asking questions, right? My light from my window. It's nice to have a bright house, but for filming sometimes it makes for weird lighting. So I just eat a little bit of sardines. I'm glad I figured out how to get in ketosis, because now I'm burning fat, the bad fat off my body, and I'm running on fat for energy, which I need to do, especially since, what was that noise? Oh. That's funny. Sound like an animal's in my sink. I hope not. Hope there's not an animal in my sink. Gotta reload my dishwasher. So I'm gonna put this back over here. I think things just shifted because my meat is thawing in the sink. Cosmos, you're okay. You're okay. I'm gonna put you out in a minute. Let's see. No. I gotta get it out of the light here. Anyway. So I'm gonna load my dishwasher while I'm chatting. I like my dishwasher because you don't have to. All you have to do is get the big pieces of food off of it. You don't have to clean your dishes before you put them in the dishwasher, because it's supposed to be a dishwasher. Right? So yesterday I accidentally left my burner on and almost melted my rubber scraper in the pan. Anyway, so I asked, where are you from, Jairus? Anyway, thanks for liking the video. I think that was your like, probably. Appreciate it. So, oops. Left a clean spatula in here. So I have people from all over in my channel, subscribers and viewers. Usually I have more people pop in here, but today is a quiet day. Usually I have 15, 16. I had to be very tough on people the other day. Maybe that's why I don't have people in here. I had to boot people out and tell them they were being rude. I should just stay on top of it and forget them. But sometimes I want people to know, hey, you are being rude and this is why you're being booted out. You know what I mean? So, anyway, well, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I just wanted to say how it's challenging to be in the healthcare, the medical, getting educated by the medical establishment. It's difficult because they teach you things that are wrong. I'm going to interview some people. I'm going to have some interviews on my channel, which I've never done yet. And when I do, it'll be super good to pop on and see what they have to say about these topics. Because I want to have doctors on and people who've been in the medical field but have moved away from traditional medicine because it stinks. It sucks. They're not helping people. So, anyway, Jairus, it would be interesting to know where you're from if you're still here. I'm gonna go ahead and take vitamin D and K today. My vitamin D and my vitamin K were very high when I had my labs done. But I think going into the fall, I'm gonna start taking it again, just to make sure. Because it gets very cloudy. Anyway, so I make up cut my meat up and put it in the, I don't want this live to be too long. It's already 78 minutes long, an hour and 20 minutes. That's long enough. So I'm gonna get my meat cut up so I can eat some steak. And I ate a little bit of sardines and that's it. I don't really feel like eating a lot, but I might eat some egg. Well, no, I'll eat some. The eggs have been really good too. I had a little bit of sour cream and a little bit of heavy cream to my eggs last night, and they were super good because you need the fat. And of course I fried them in bacon grease and butter. And I also had a couple pieces of bacon. This diet sounds really weird to people because we've been so indoctrinated to do the standard American diet, even all over the world, and to eat lots of carbs and lots of grains and lots of yada, 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 yada. But that's gonna mess your blood sugar up big time. It messes mine up. So in about, because I just ate, well, about 1:30, I'll take my blood sugar and ketones again and see where I'm at. I gotta fix my hair. What is today? Is it Thursday or Friday? I don't know. I lost track of the days. So, anyway, take care. Bye, everybody.